this is Leslie from GoToKitchens.com, and I am here to show you what I'm doing to start my preparation for the Periscope Summit, which I am attending this weekend, and I'm so excited. Look at that, 11 hours and 15 minutes and 6 seconds. It'll be time for Periscope Community Summit. Super, super excited to attend. It's going to be awesome. I'm actually staying at the venue hotel. I know, it's so exciting. They're actually doing a special thing with the Special Olympics, and they're benefiting. Part of the proceeds are actually going to the Special Olympics, which I just think is amazing. Super, super excited. If you are going, please, please look for me. I'm staying at the venue hotel. I would love, love, love it. But this today is not about Periscope Summit. Let's turn this camera around. Hold on. This today is not about Periscope Summit. This today is actually about how I am preparing myself for, hey, it's good to see you, Victoria. It's how I'm preparing myself for the Periscope Summit. Hey, Sherry, everybody's popping in. Thanks so much for being here this afternoon. So as you can see, I'm still at home. I do not leave until tomorrow. I leave bright and early tomorrow morning. Dr. Christine and I are actually on the same flight together, so we're flying out together. We're rooming together. Super excited. If you're not familiar, that's awesome. So yeah, so if you're, Lisa, I understand. When Periscope Summit happened at the beginning of this year, I was so jealous. I could hardly stand myself, or whenever it happened last, I was just crazy, crazy jealous. So I totally get it. I totally get it. This is my first Periscope Summit, and I'm super excited. So, no, she actually lives in Michigan, and I live in Colorado, but she has to stop somewhere between here and San Francisco. She just decided to stop in Colorado for us to go out together because we're buddies, and it's super excited about doing that and hanging out with her all weekend. So yeah, so let's talk a little bit about how I prepare for an event like this. Now, you guys know that my health is one of the most important things to me. So I want to talk to you about some of my tips and tricks and what's in my carry-on bag that I'm going to take with me, that's going to help keep me fortified, that's going to help keep my energy levels up, that's going to help keep me focused, that's going to give me a little bit of boost of confidence. And we're going to talk about all those secrets. But before I do that, I'm going to ask you to share out with your followers just one time. Right down here in the corner, there's a little white ball-headed guy. If you'll just share out to your followers, I would super appreciate it. It's getting really important for you to share out to your Twitter followers. And the reason for that is because Twitter now has live video. So if you're looking at thank you so much. If you are looking at a Twitter feed, you can see my video pop up live and watch it. Now, you can't comment or anything, but you can favorite there on Twitter, and then you have the option to come over to this live Periscope so that you can comment here as well. So super excited about that function. I'm really like super jazzed that they rolled it out right before Periscope Summit. So that's super cool. It is really cool. It's brand new. It just hit yesterday. It's just for iOS, but they're rolling it out to Androids and other things very soon. So yes, so super excited. Thank you guys for sharing out. I appreciate it. I appreciate it as always. So let's get right down to it. Oh, let me introduce myself. Man, I almost forgotten, like the last 2 days, I've almost forgotten to introduce myself. So let me introduce myself. My name is Leslie. I have a website, GoToKitchens.com. There is nothing for sale over at GoToKitchens. The only thing that I want you to buy is I want you to buy into your own health, and that is the only thing that is for sale over at GoToKitchens. So, and you can go there. You can become a VIP. It's absolutely free. Thank you, Poop Heart. It's absolutely free to be, hey Chastity, it's good to see you. It's absolutely free to be a VIP. You get a free ebook, How to Fall in Love with Your Kitchen and Yourself. You also get access to a Facebook group that is just for VIPs. So yes, thank you so much. Thank you. Everybody, thank you for sharing out. I appreciate it. If you're new in, if you'll share out to your followers, I would appreciate. I just asked twice. Dang, I'm only supposed to ask once, but I just asked twice. But some new people are here, so. Hey Linda, it's good to see you. Hey Dad, I just saw you popped in. You can't sneak in today. I saw you. So let's talk about what I do. Some of these are rituals for me when I travel, and some of them are just based on, some of them are just based on this particular type of trip. So sometimes if I'm going on a longer trip, things change a little bit. It depends on where I'm staying. If I'm staying in a hotel, that's a lot different than how I would prepare if I actually had a house that I was staying in. So all that is a little bit different on how I structure, how I prepare for a trip. So I know a lot of times when we travel, especially overseas, that we stay in flats. So I don't have to go crazy. I don't have to go crazy preparing for, food and stuff, because I know I'll have a place to do that. But when I'm staying in a hotel, I take precautions. This particular trip is going to be super high energy. There's going to be late nights. There's going to be early mornings. There's going to be work all day long. We're going to be on all day long, actually working. And sorry, I got notifications coming in. It's driving me nuts. I forgot to turn them off. But we're going to be working a lot, and it's just going to be high energy, like 3 days in a row. So really 3.5 days in a row. So I want to make sure that I'm prepared. I don't know what's around my hotel, so I don't know the availability of healthy foods, and the availability in my hotel. So I'm not going to second guess it. I'm just going to prepare and be ready. All right, so this is how we go. So first thing I want to talk about is a bento box. Now, I am not taking this with me on this trip, but this is a bento box. These are amazing. Let's point the camera down just a little bit. These are amazing little tools. This one actually happens to be silicone. It's easy to pack. It's great all-purpose. It has this nice little lid in there, and these little pouches actually pop out. Now, the reason I suggest one of these, I use these a lot when I'm on the road, is because I can pack a protein over here and a salad or a veggie over here, put the lid on it, stick it in my carry-on. It's nice and light. And then to get it back home, all I have to do is wash it and compact it, and it comes back home. Now, I have to tell you, my bento boxes carried things like wet swimsuits before, and sand dollars and seashells and all kinds of things on my return trip. Things that I didn't want to get broken, I actually packed in my bento box. So on my return trip home. But if I'm on a long haul flight, which San Francisco is not a long haul flight from Denver, but if I'm on anything longer than like a 6-hour flight, this is awesome because I can take my own food with me and eat on the plane. It even has its own little fork and spoon combination. So this is a great little tool. We have a couple of them, and we just pack them and stick them right in our carry-on. So there you go. Super, super easy. For this particular trip, I have a variety of essential oils that I'm taking with me. Let's turn this back up just a little bit. I have a variety of essential oils that I'm taking. Now, why am I taking essential oils? Like I talked about, this is going to be a high energy event. So there's possibilities for dehydration. There's possibilities for headaches. There's possibilities for feeling overtired. There's possibilities from being achy from sitting too long. I mean, there's all kinds of possibilities. So I have 3 essential oils that I am taking on this particular trip. One of them I take everywhere I go. In fact, I usually have a little bit of it in my purse, and that is lavender. Lavender is great for headaches. It's great for stress. It's great for sleep. It's great even if you get injured, like if you get a cut or heaven forbid or anything like that. It is a great all-around oil, and I absolutely love it. And it's super, I even take my big bottle with me. And it smells really good, and I use it as a perfume even. I mean, I don't even take any perfume with me. I just use my essential oils. So that's one that I take with me. The other that I take with me, and this is in a little bitty vial, is my peppermint. This is just a little bit. I just put them, they actually just go in my carry-on in a Ziploc bag with the rest of my toiletries that are liquid. So I know a lot of people have concern about them going through x-ray. I just don't stress about it. I'm just not going to stress about it. I've never had any ill effects with my oils that way. But I know a lot of people do. They stress about that sort of thing, but I just don't stress about it. But this is my peppermint. This is great for headaches. This is good for middle of the day, back of the neck, just rubbing it along the back of the neck for a pick-me-up. So to wake me up and to get me going. If I'm feeling a little sluggish in the morning, it's great for that as well. It's great to put in my shower to open up my airways. Nope, I've never had any problem with breakage, and I've traveled for years with them. So I do not check my oils. I carry them on, just so you know. So, cause I don't want it breaking in my suitcase and having essential oils everywhere. Whew, that would be a mess. So yes, so that is my peppermint oil that I take with me. This is great for all kinds of things, but I only need a little bit. I don't need a whole bunch of it like I do this. Yeah, they are strong little bottles. They've rolled many times. I've watched mine roll off the counter onto my tile bathroom floor. That's my peppermint. So the other one that I'm taking is vetiver. And I talk a lot about vetiver, and a lot of people don't know about vetiver, but this is an amazing oil. This oil is really good for sleep. The thing that I will be using it for, the thing that you know what, I am, and you may be as well, but I am a seasoned traveler, and you know, I just roll with it. I just go, and typically because I don't stress about it, I don't have any troubles with it. So. But vetiver is a great all-around oil as well. If I mix this with a little lavender, put it on the bottom of my feet, I am going to sleep really well. So I can ensure that I get a good night's sleep. This is it, vetiver. It smells, it has a very woody smell. The other thing that I'm gonna do with this is I'm actually gonna put a little bit on my chest every morning, just right in this area. So just right along my breastbone right here. I will rub a little bit right here. Vetiver is actually really good at balancing, so keeping your levels low. So excitement levels, sadness levels, you know, nervousness, excuse me, all that kind of thing can disappear with just a drop of vetiver just right here on my breastbone. Absolutely, it's very calming. It gives me just a little boost of confidence that I need. Last week when I was recording, when we were filming for the marketing promo that I did last week, yes, absolutely for balance. We actually diffused vetiver and wild orange the whole time, both days, all day long, for the balancing and the calming, to keep everybody nice and calm, to keep everybody really balanced, and to keep me from being nervous. So no, vetiver, you can just go straight. I do not cut it with anything. It is not a hot oil or anything like that. I just do one drop right here on my breastbone. At night, if I'm having trouble sleeping, I can mix it with lavender on the bottom of my feet, focusing on my big toe and the ball of my big toe, and I will actually get an amazing night's sleep as well. Just so you know, it's a very versatile, amazing little oil. So yes, helps with confidence. And then the last thing that I would take in the way of oils is, this is a proprietary blend to doTERRA. It's called On Guard. On Guard is actually an oil. These are On Guard beadlets, and these are just little clear beadlets. Hold on, like this. Woo! They just look like this, and you just pop one in your mouth. You just pop one in your mouth, and these are a protective blend. So I will do this first thing in the morning too. I'll probably take a couple of them every single day. This will actually protect me from colds, viruses, stomach bugs, anything like this. It will just give an extra immune boost into my system and will help protect me from things like that. And so I use these when I travel, and they're amazing for that. So On Guard beadlets are amazing for that. It's a proprietary blend. I don't even know, let me see. It has wild orange, clove, cinnamon, rosemary, coconut, oil, and the stuff that makes the little outside packaging. Yes, same blend, except these little beadlets in one little single drop, and you can just ingest them without, yes, similar to thieves, absolutely. And you can just put them you can put them right in your mouth and just swallow them. They do not need to break in your mouth. You can just swallow them. And then I forgot to pull out, actually, the other thing that I'll take with me is my peppermint beadlets. These are just for freshening breath and to wake me up as well. I can pop one of these in my mouth. They will actually break in your mouth and these will really wake you up. I mean, like, shoo, and they'll freshen your breath as well instantly, and you'll have fresh breath forever, it feels like. So those are the things that I'll be taking with me as the way of essential oils. Let's talk about water. I have a glass water bottle. This is glass. Some of you may be freaking out that I'm taking a glass water bottle, but I do take a glass water bottle. I've never broken one, ever. And I take it empty, just like this. And then at our Denver airport, and a lot of airports nowadays, actually, they actually have a fill station for large bottles like this. So I can, and every terminal, by every bathroom, at every water fountain, they actually have, oh yeah, absolutely. Just, I can't fill it with water. I have to fill it on the other side of security. But yeah, absolutely. I will take this, and this is what I will drink my water out of for the entire thing. So I will constantly use that. So there you go. Yeah, absolutely. I hate bad breath, and I'm plagued with it. So yeah, super nice. Here's my carry-on. So this is my carry-on right here. Oh, let's get it over here. This is my carry-on. I already have one of my toiletry bags right down in there. That's just my own private personal bag. But right here in the end of my bag, I actually have a little space for it. So it sits upright. Hold on, I've got some Kleenex down in there. It sits upright right in there, and I kind of protect it with my little Kleenex bag right on the outside of it, just like that. And it just sits right in my carry-on. And when I get on the other side of security, I just put water in it. I don't have to buy bottled water, and I have my water with me all the time. It's super important. I'm going to be talking a lot while I'm at Periscope Summit. So it's super important that I stay hydrated. Instead of fussing after trying to find a bottle of water every 5 minutes or whatever, because I drink a lot of water during the day, I can just go to a water fountain and fill these up. I can go to a bathroom and fill them up. Wherever, I can pour the bottled water in there. So yeah, I would just get water. Whatever source I can find water is where I will get it. So yeah, I mean, this kind of thing, you cannot freak out about drinking tap water. In this kind of situation, you will stress yourself out if you're constantly trying to figure out where you're going to get your resources for. So the best thing to do is to prepare for things that are, you know, within your control. So I know I won't be drinking out of plastic all weekend. I'll be drinking out of glass all weekend and having my water bottle with me so I can just fill it up wherever I am. That few days of tap water is not going to kill me. So if I'm forced to do that, I mean, I can just pop into a bar and ask them, will you please fill this up for me? I mean, you know, or a restaurant or whatever. So yes, absolutely. So the next thing that will be in my carry-on is my trail mix. Now, I probably will not eat this entire bag of trail mix. However, what will happen is, yeah, you can't bring the water in it. Nope, absolutely. You can. You're going to have to take it empty through security, and then you'll have to, well, if I drank beer, so you can't take it through, you'll have to have it empty through security, and then once you get on the other side of security, you can fill it up. So the other thing that I have with me is I'm going to have my trail mix with me. There's coconuts, pepitas, cashews, almonds, and little chocolate bits in there. All my chocolate bits are at the top right now because they're light and they float up to the top. So, but this, and coconut, this is an amazing power pack of protein and nutrition. So it's absolutely amazing. I know it's a super yummy blend. It is absolutely amazing what a couple of pinches of this will do for me during the day. So let's say energy levels start sinking and it's not lunch yet. Yeah, no, that's no problem. So, I take my tweezers through all the time. I've never had any trouble with tweezers or small little tiny cuticle scissors or anything like that. So, and again, I travel a lot. So, but yes, this is my trail mix. The reason I'm bringing a huge bag of it is because inevitably what's going to happen is I'm going to be sitting, I'm going to pull out my bag and start having some trail mix during a meeting or something like that. And the person next to me is going to say, can I have some of that? I want to try that. And then all of a sudden, I'm sharing my trail mix. So I take a pretty decent sized bag with me so that I have enough to get me through the whole weekend. I probably will not eat all this in 3 days. In fact, I can guarantee you, but if people ask me, at least I'm prepared to share, and I'm not like, dude, that's my trail mix. You can't have it. Don't touch my trail mix. But inevitably, that's what happens is people want some of it. So I will be able to share the goodness, share the health, and yes, and have my trail mix. So this is an essential. Even if I am traveling an hour, even if I'm going to Dallas from here, which is like an hour and 30 minutes from here, I have this with me. So anytime pretty much I leave the house and I'm going to be gone for more than a couple of hours, I have some of my trail mix with me because I know it's a nutritious snack. I know it's going to satisfy me, and I know that it's going to keep me fortified until I can get to a real meal. So trail mix in the carry-on for sure, for sure. And it goes in my carry-on, not in my suitcase, because I want it with me on the plane. I've had strangers ask me for some of it because it smelled and looked so good. No joke. Okay, the next thing I'm going to have with me is just a few pieces of chocolate. This is organic dark chocolate. There's some in my trail mix, but I'm also going to want this just randomly sometimes. Even even though I know, like, I get back to the hotel room and there's nothing to eat in there, and I just want something that to give me that just little bit of satisfaction. Sometimes I eat it even right before I go to bed, which people say not to because of the sugar, but it actually helps me. It actually satisfies my tummy and keeps me from waking up from hunger, especially if I've had a long day and I've used a lot of energy. So I take just 3 little pieces, and I know that I'm getting organic dark chocolate. It doesn't take up a lot of room, and I don't share this with anybody, so don't ask. Don't ask, because you can't have any. So yes, so that actually goes in the other end of my carry-on in the same pocket, that same kind of pocket as my water bottle goes in. I just stick that. So yeah, I would probably eat all 3 of those little pieces I would eat like 3 sections. So I would probably eat those 3 sections at one time. They're actually pretty small. So yeah, no way, it's mine. But I know that I'm not tempted then to have a Hershey bar. And it's all about habits. I mean, so I have these kind of habits at home. I know, right? Too bad for them. I have these kind of habits at home, so I like to be able to cater to them when I'm away as well, so that my body's not like, what are you doing? What's happening? Why can't I have chocolate tonight? So there you go. Usually I watch TV and have like that much chocolate. So yeah. So, all right. Well, then you're just better than me, Sherry, because I would eat all 3 of them without any guilt whatsoever. Here's another secret tip. I'm still on the fence about taking these with me, but I have Jill's crackers. You guys hear me talk about Jill's crackers a lot. These are amazing little paleo crackers. They're super great with salads. I usually like to travel with them because they give me something kind of crunchy and salty to snack on, without having to, think about, oh, I think I'll just have So I think that I'll just have some chips or something like that. But then I know I have a go-to to reach for. And these are just the Tuscan ones that have a little bit of salt on them. And so, oh, you mean you'd have like 2 of the big pieces. I see what you're saying. Not 2 of the little squares, but 2 of the big pieces. I gotcha. So these are the Jill's crackers. These are paleo. They're amazing. I know, right? Snack scope. That's right. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do for breakfast too. So not just snacks. We talked about essential oils too. I'm telling you all kinds of good stuff. Water. We talked about all kinds of stuff. So, but I'm tempted to take these with me just because, again, I don't know what's around and what's going to be available to me as far as healthy foods and snacks are concerned. And so instead of just totally flying off the bandwagon and feeling like crap the next day because I ate a bunch of junk food, I'm tempted to take this. When I take these, I actually lay, and I know a lot of you don't eat peanut butter, but you could do any kind of nut butters, but this is a self-contained, yeah. So they're actually Jill's crackers. You've heard me talk about them before. They're an amazing company. Jill's crackers. I don't have a box here that has a label on it, but yeah. They are gluten-free, absolutely. Yeah, gluten-free. Yeah, I saw that you made something very similar to them actually on somewhere. I think maybe on Healthy Surrender. But this is just a peanut butter. These come in nut butters. They come in chocolate. They come in hazelnuts. They are grain-free. Yep. They come in all kinds of different configurations, and they're just little peanut butters or nut butters in a pre-package. So you could actually, if you needed some protein, you could actually take your little cracker, smear some of this on there, and have a really nice, No, they're just Jill's, Jilz, Jill's crackers, but have a really nice little snack. These are awesome if you have kids, to have these little crackers and peanut butters. And it gives you a bit of protein, not a ton, but a bit of protein, and you satisfy that salty, kind of that salty snack that you're looking for. So these May, Jilz, Jill's crackers. Yes, you can find them at Whole Foods. They're online. There you go. You got it now. Okay. The other thing that I take with me without fail is that I have a cup of tea every single day. I'm really picky about my tea. I do not want like celestial seasonings or most teas. I'm really picky about the flavors of my tea. So even in my purse, I have my own tea bags with me. These come in little plastic bags. They're in little silk bags inside of there. And this is this is by Mighty Tea or Mighty Leaf, excuse me, MYT Leaf, Mighty Leaf. And I absolutely love this brand. It's Orange Dolce, and it's just one of my favorites. And so I will have my tea bags. Now, because I only do 1 cup of tea a day, I only need 3 of these. So super simple just to stick down in my carry-on. And all I have to do is ask for some hot water and I have my tea. And it's not because I'm cheap, not being cheap. It's because I'm picky. So because I'm picky, then I need to take my own tea bags with me. So yes, because typically they cannot satisfy my tea cravings very easily that way. But I do have a cup of hot tea, just black. I don't have anything in it, just black, maybe a little lemon once in a blue moon. But yes, I do not. It's just black tea, no sweeteners in it. So none at all. I just like hot tea with a little bit of lemon sometimes. So here is the next one. See, yeah, I know. See, if I'm telling you, if I wasn't trying to carry on everything, I would probably take my blender with me, but I'm not, so I'm not. I have a travel blender, so everyone on there is red. That's funny. Okay, so here's my big secret. This is my big secret, and I'll show you some stuff here in just a second. So I normally do not eat oatmeal on a regular basis. Yep, I do. I have one that I travel with too as well. So see, I'm not the only crazy person. No, I'm just not going to do it this time because I don't know if there's a refrigerator and blah, 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 blah. So in lieu of that, I'm going to make my own breakfast. So I'm going to have breakfast options every single day that I'm there. And I know that I'm getting something that is good for me. So I know, right? That's hilarious. So I do not eat oatmeal on a regular basis. I certainly don't eat quick oats on a regular basis. But in this situation, to get something that is fortifying and is warm, because it's kind of chilly in San Francisco, that is warm, that I control the ingredients, I'm going to make my own little oatmeal packs. And I'm going to show you guys how I do that right now. This is something I've been doing for quite a while. This is how rock stars travel. I just want you to know. So I just have a Ziploc bag, and I have 3 of them because I have 3 mornings that I'm going to be there. So I need 3 breakfast. Okay. So, and I can have this in my room, in the privacy of my room. I don't have to get dressed to go downstairs and get something to eat. I can just heat up some water in the coffee maker and be ready for breakfast right there. So I just eat it right out of the coffee cups that they provide you. So what I do here is I do 3/4 of a cup of quick oats. Okay. So 3/4 of a cup of quick oats. I missed that long comment. I apologize. Those just go down in my bag. Look at that. Super easy. This is going to actually make a fair amount of oatmeal. I do 1 scoop of a collagen protein. Now this ensures that I'm getting a protein for breakfast in the morning, and I can't remember, but one heaping teaspoon of this actually gives me 7 grams of protein. So not a ton, but some protein to get me through. So I'm going to do 1 scoop of collagen protein in there. This is the protein that I use for this. Yep, this is Dr. Axe Naturals collagen protein. You can buy it right from his website. So it ensures that I get a little bit of, yeah, if you put more, it gets really grainy and weird. So I don't put more, but this is just to tide me over to lunch where I will have some more protein throughout the day. So usually when I travel, I get plenty of protein because I like to eat steaks and fish. When I'm in San Francisco, I'm going to want to eat a lot of fish and things like that. So I will be totally fine on protein for the day. Yes, it will. It will dissolve perfectly. And it is actually really good. Yes, this stuff is amazing. My dad is a total convert to collagen protein. He has been having arthritis in his hip for years, and he had gotten to the point where he could barely lift his leg to put on his tennis shoes. And we started him on collagen protein right at the new year, and it is absolutely, absolutely amazing the difference that he has had. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So collagen is basically the gelatin that's inside of the animal's bones. So we all produce, that's how you get it, but we all produce collagen naturally, but as we age, we start to lose collagen. I know it sounds gross, but don't think of it that way. It is so good for you. Your skin, your fingernails, your joints, your digestion. It's super good for, well, it says it all right there. Digestion, joints, and what does that say? Glowing skin. Yeah, it's so, so good for that. It is really kind of a little bit of the fountain of youth, and it doesn't have any taste. Absolutely. Axe Naturals, if you want to screenshot that, of course, I've been holding it there for a while. You can buy it right from his website, Dr. Axe. I have tried a lot of collagen proteins. This is the best one that I have found. It is absolutely amazing. 7 grams of protein per scoop. Yeah. Yeah. So there you go. Thank you. Thank you for putting that in there. Yeah. Comes from the bone marrow. All right, so I just have my collagen protein down in here. Yep. I do not take it every day. Some people do take it every day. I do not take it every day. I probably go like 3 or 4 times a week. I actually mix up my proteins for breakfast. So yes, my dad does though. He takes it every single day. So here I have about 1/4 of a cup of walnuts. These are fresh walnuts. They have been chopped. Yes, yep, absolutely, yep. So these have been chopped, and they are, yep, they are just ready to go right down in there. This is 1/4 of a cup. This will give me some essential fats. This is going to give me some more protein. It's going to help keep me focused. It's going to help hey, Liam, it's good to see you. It's going to help, yeah, I think it is a little bit cheaper for sure. So, but it's going to help fortify my body and help me feel full as I go along through my very busy day. So it's good to see you. Yeah. So, and a little bit of protein. Yep. Now then, I want a little bit of a sugar taste, but instead of adding sugar to my oatmeal, I'm going to add just a handful of dried cranberries. So these are dried cranberries, no sugar added. This is let's see just how much I've got in there. Less than 1/4 of a cup of dried cranberries. This is going to give me a little bit of a sugar flavor. Okay, so yeah, it's going to give me a little bit of sugar flavor with the walnuts. It's absolutely amazing, and I do not have to worry about it tasting like bland. This is going to really up the flavors when I add the cranberries in it. And then the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put 1/4 of a teaspoon of cinnamon in there. This is going to help boost my immune system a little bit. Not a heaping, not a super heaping. It's going to also give it another flavor profile that I really super enjoy. Yes. Yeah, so 1/4 of a teaspoon, isn't that funny? 1/4 of a teaspoon of cinnamon in there. So here is my oatmeal pack. The only thing that I need at this point is, great minds think alike, right? Yes, great minds think alike. So the only thing that I need at this point is a cup of hot water. So I need about 8 ounces of hot water for this, and I am in business, and I have my breakfast every single morning. So no, right? Dad, that's so funny. So yeah, you just can shake it up, stick it right down in a coffee cup or a bowl or whatever, and you are good to go. Swipe a spoon from the buffet and you're ready to go. You could put nutmeg, you could put whatever spices you wanted to in there. I found that I just like cinnamon, cranberries, walnut, protein powder, and the oats. So yes, so I'm going to make 3 of these, and I will have breakfast every single morning, and I know that I'm getting something healthy. I know that my body is going to be ready, and it's going to carry me through till lunch, and I'm not going to be starving crazy, and I have broken my fast in the morning, and I've done it in a great way. Again, this is not something that I would do at home because of the grains. You could do pecans, absolutely. This is because of the grain. I would not do it every single day at home, but on these 3 days, Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. On these 3 days with the high energy that I'm going to be expelling both mentally and physically, it is going to be a great, great breakfast to get me started. So there you go. Those are my breakfast in a bag. I'm going to make 3 of those and be ready to go. How you like that? That's like my super tip. Those are my super tips right there. So the other thing that you can do is a lot of places. Yes, that's right. Modification. That's right. Yeah. So yeah, you're welcome. The other thing that you can do is you can put a few scoops of your greens. This is just, Roz, this is just a quick oats that I made. So this is what my breakfast will be while I'm at Periscope Summit, and you'll be there and you can watch me eat it. If I bring it with me to like the restaurant or something, I'll probably just be eating it in my room. But this is quick oats, walnuts, cranberries, protein powders, protein powder, and cinnamon. That will be my breakfast for the 3 mornings that I'm at Periscope Summit. So yeah, and as I come downstairs, if I want to have a piece of fruit or something like that, I can grab a piece of fruit. If I feel like I want more protein, I can probably scrounge up some protein somewhere, but it keeps me away from the bread. It keeps me away from the pastries. It keeps me away from, yeah, it's a great idea, and it's going to keep me healthy through this whole thing. So I am not going to be on a panel for Summit, sadly. Maybe next time. I know everybody write Periscope Summit and say, why isn't Leslie on the panel? I'm totally kidding. I'm totally kidding. So I would love to be. So if anybody from Summit's watching this, I would love to be on panel next time. Anyway, so no, I was just kidding. Janie's like, okay, I'll totally do that. So the other thing that you can do is there are a lot of great green powders out there. Great green powders. These are the great green powders. There's a lot of great green powders out there. As you can see, I'm kind of a Dr. Axe fan, and so I really like his green superfood, but I also use a brand, Liam. But I also use a brand, Greens First, that I really, really like. This is just a green powder. This normally is not, I do not use this as a substitute for my green vegetables. I keep kicking my camera, I apologize. However, it's like earthquake. Woo! Oh no, what's happening? Ah! Okay, sorry. It's like Godzilla has got her camera. So anyway, but normally I would not say use these as a substitute for your green vegetables. In extraordinary circumstances, however, sometimes when you are on a trip like this, it is hard to get your hands on some green vegetables that are not covered in something, some kind of sauce or some kind of butter or, you know, whatever. It's hard to find green vegetables. Restaurants don't like to serve them because they can't prepare them ahead of time because they do not last. So it's super hard. So in such extraordinary situations like this, a Greens First powder is actually amazing for you because you're going to, what is it, 15 servings? I don't even know anymore. 49 different superfoods, certified organic fruits and vegetables, antibiotics, probiotics, enzymes, wheat, no wheat, dairy, MSG, or preservatives. Hold on. Balances your pH. Somewhere on here it tells you how many. 15 plus servings. 15 plus servings of fruits and vegetables in every scoop. So let's say that I found a place that can do like an afternoon smoothie for me. I would have a little bag of this and I would hand it to them and say, can you please add this to my smoothie? And then I know that I'm getting the nutrients from my green vegetables for those days. So in extraordinary circumstances like this kind of thing is beautiful. I actually use these as a boost to my green vegetables. I know, right? Thanks for that. Dang, see, I'm preparing. I have to tell you, it's been my experience in San Francisco that there are a few places that have like extraordinary, amazingly wholesome restaurants, and there are very few of them. The rest of them are like, you know, either fancy pants or chains. Like there's nothing in between. So just saying. So, but yes, this is Greens First. This is what, that's the scoop, by the way, but this is what Greens First powder looks like. And it's super, super, yeah, I'm just going to have to search them out. Maybe you can help me. Send me a message and tell me where to go, Liam. Be my guide, Liam. I wish you were. Why aren't you at Periscope Summit anyway, is what I want to know. I know the excuse, but I know you are. And you're not when I'm there, which is really depressing. So get a ticket, get on the plane. There's still tickets available. Just come. You can even stay in our, I mean, I bet you there's going to be like 20 people in my room. You just put a blanket down. Nobody will even know you're there except us. We won't tell anybody. Anyway, unless the Chinese radar goes off and they're like, oh, Liam's here. Like they know as soon as you land that you're there. It's like the Jedi Force. Sorry. Okay, Liam and I are having a personal party there. Anyways, they know. I know you told me. They know. So this is Greens First. This is actually kind of a minty one. It has a minty flavor to it, which is why I like it. I can actually stomach this to drink it just in water, but it's a shot. I mean, I have to put it in some warm water, let it cool, let it totally dissolve, and just shoot it because it's kind of nasty, quite frankly. Ah, yes, there you go. There you go. I haven't even looked. I don't even really know where the hotel is. I have been so busy. I haven't even had time to do any research. I haven't even packed. I haven't packed one thing. Right now, what you're seeing me do is the first thing that I've packed. So I'm like, I have to leave tomorrow morning. I have to leave my house at like 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. So, or 6. Yeah. I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. So if I look like a hot mess when I get to Periscope Summit, you guys will know why. I have an excuse. So, yes, crazy town. Anyway, so Greens First absolutely is a great thing. I will probably take a couple of scoops with me. And then again, if I have like a protein drink or a smoothie drink or something like that, I just hand them my little bag and say, could you please put that in there? And they're like, what are we putting in there? I'm like, it's just powder. So yes. Yeah, I haven't done anything. Nothing. Nothing. I have a lot of work to do today. So, but that's okay. I do this a lot. So I kind of know what needs to go down. I just need to do it. So yes. So those are all my tips. Don't forget your essential oils. Don't forget something to drink your water in. Don't forget to have a snack or a breakfast ready. And have your tea. I have my tea with me. I'm going to take some greens powder with me. Yes, I have plenty of trail mix so that for those that want to swipe it, I have plenty of it with me. So I have all that with me and I'm super excited about Periscope Summit. And now you know when I travel what my carry-on looks like. It's pretty universal except for if I know I'm staying at a house, then that's different because I know that I can cook my own food there. So I don't stress out about, well, I don't stress about anything, but I don't worry so much about having whole foods and real foods with me because I can just make them anytime. So you want to travel with me? I want you to too. We're going to have Go-To Kitchens is going to go on tour one day. I just want you guys to know that. That's a dream of mine is to have a tour bus for Go-To Kitchens where we actually go to people's kitchens and we get on, no, Robin is not going, just me, but where he has to stay and work, unfortunately, but where we get on a tour bus and we go to people's kitchens and we cook with them all over the country. It's one of the goals, one of the dreams, one of the plans that I have, big picture with Go-To Kitchens. You'll be seeing a white van. I know, right? So you will see a white van with, you know, the big logo on the side of it, right? I know, so much fun, so much fun. And we're going to be on tour and we're going to like come and see you guys. And then we talked about even how fun would it be to invite some of our followers to get on the tour bus with us. Like you could win a trip, you know, to go on like a 3-city tour or something with us. So yeah, every state will be on our tour, including Hawaii, although we might not have our tour bus there, but, and Alaska, but we can take the tour bus there. But, absolutely, it's one of my dreams, to have that happen. So we just need to keep chugging along, keep getting those viewers, keep sharing out. Hey, Marcy, keep sharing out, keep getting all those people on board and building this audience, and those kinds of things will happen. And it's going to be so much fun. I can't wait. Go-To Kitchens will be you are late. Go-To Kitchens will be something completely, it'll be the same, but bigger and better as we go along. So yes, Roz, I can't wait to see you. It's going to be so awesome. I'm going to like come running and screaming across the lobby, Roz! And you're going to be embarrassed and it's going to be awesome. Yeah, go watch the replay. It's just what I packed in my carry-on to keep me on track with my food while I'm away. So yeah. Okay, you guys, I have to go pack. So I just want to share just a moment of inspiration with you. And then summit dates are tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I just want to share super fast with you a quick inspirational moment. Let me get in here. Getting in here. Sorry. Okay, good. I tend to embarrass people and they're like, really? Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. I promise you probably tomorrow morning, as soon as I see Dr. Christine, which will be really early in the morning, but as soon as I see her, there's probably going to be some scoping going on. So yeah, in Georgia. Yes, we'll come to Georgia. Yes, that's right. Yeah, no, it's going to be so much fun. I'm super excited about it. I'll be scoping with all of your favorites, including Roz, including Dr. Christine. And there are, Jackie is going to be there. There's somebody else. I think Lean Green is going to be there. So yes. Yeah, I will. So here's the inspirational moment. This was on my Facebook page this morning. Here's the photograph. It's on my Instagram as well. Here's the photograph that went along with it. I took this photograph yesterday. It was so beautiful, the long shadows. I know, so many, I agree. I don't even really know who's going, so it's going to be amazing. But this is the photograph that I took yesterday. Here, I'll blow it up so you can really see it. It's such a beautiful afternoon. I went for a walk. Went for a walk. The sun was shining. We had these long, beautiful shadows. And so it inspired me this morning to write this because of the bright light, because there's this huge bright light, the sun's shining right at us. Living in the light does not mean that you run from darkness. It means that you shine brighter when darkness arrives. So, nope, I don't think so. I don't think either one of them are. So living in the light does not mean that you run from the darkness. It means that you shine brighter when darkness arrives. So meaning that a lot of people mistake living in light for, the fact that you never want to experience darkness. And that's impossible. As a human being, that's impossible. It will strike. My dad says this all the time. Calamity will strike. It's how you deal with it when it happens. So when calamity strikes, does your light dim? Do you give in to the darkness, or does your light get brighter? And do you shine even brighter in those times? And so I just want to encourage you. I want to encourage you when bad things happen, whether they're little things or big things, whether they are, dang, I stumped my toe, or crap, I have cancer. Whether, whatever it is, whatever those things are, determine now how you're going to shine when they happen. Instead of, somebody bumps into your car, do you get out of the car raging, flying mad, screaming at somebody? Or do you get out and say, are you okay? What happened? So yes, shine brighter during the hard times. That's perfect. That's perfect, Marcy. You absolutely nailed it right there. That's why I love you. You absolutely nailed it. So shining brighter in the dark times is easy, and you can do it. And you have to dig deep sometimes, but you can do it. And it makes the darkness dispel so much faster when your light is bright. So yes. Yes, it is. Actually, it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be hard. It can actually be easy. It is all about your mindset. So if you are exercising your life in light right now, if you are living in light right now, when the darkness comes, you are prepared to deal with it. So it is completely up to you. You have two choices. You have two choices. You can either live in the light or you can live in the darkness. And so living in the light means that you always expel darkness. So whenever your light turns on, that darkness has to flee at some point. So absolutely living in the light is not as hard as people make it out to be. It certainly takes work. You have to work at it. You have to practice it. You have to exercise your light muscles. Those muscles have to be exercised. You have to train your brain to think that way. I have to tell you, I come from a very critical background. I've always lived in the light. I've always had a lot of light in my life, mostly from people who surrounded me. They were my light. And so I kind of glommed off of them and kind of grabbed some of their light. So it was kind of easy to do. But I will tell you, that's right, absolutely. But I will tell you that when I got my own and I came out of that nasty critical mindset that I had, because I used to say, yes, absolutely they are. I used to say that if you don't have something nice to say, come sit by me. That was my joke. And it's not funny to me anymore because it was so, I embodied every bit of that. If you didn't have something nice to say, come sit by me. If you walked by and you had on, a ridiculous pair of pants, I was like, oh my God, did you see her pants? I mean, that's just how I was. I mean, I was incredibly critical. I was critical of other people's lifestyles. I was critical of their choices. I was critical of my own choices. I was very critical with myself. And so, I I know it is crazy. Yes. And so I had to overcome that. I had to find a way. To overcome that. And it did not come extremely natural. I had to practice. I had to practice it. I had to practice light. I had to practice being positive. And sometimes I had to fake it till I made it. I mean, sometimes you got to fake it till you make it. And I would absolutely fake it till I made it. So it's, and then one day it just comes, yes, absolutely. Yeah, you didn't want to. I've always actually been a really nice person. I always have been. But if you got me going on something, I could really slip over to the dark side. Yeah, super, super, super easy. Right? Absolutely. And you know what? We're bringing back being nice as cool. Because, thank you, but we're bringing back being nice as being something cool, because it's true that to be mean seems like, in society that it's cooler to be mean. And that is crazy town. That is crazy, because people are not recognizing the humanity in others. When you look somebody in the eyes, and it's so easy to do it over things like this. It's so easy to get on Periscope even and start a rant and just let your rant flow, because the only person you're confronting is yourself, and you're not really confronting other people. You're seeing typing, but that's easy for them to even be nasty back to you, because it's not a confrontation. Because I guarantee you, the people that are nasty and mean to me, that they could not stand in front of me, a foot away from me, and look in my eyes and say those mean things. And I will tell you a secret. Robin and I have a little thing that we do. And this is, I'm going to get a little personal here, but Robin and I have a thing that we do, and that is the fact that if we ever get an argument, which is few and far between, I can count on 1.5 hands in the 15 years that we have been together, how many arguments that we've had. We do not argue. We're just not those people. We just do not argue with one another. It's very, very rare that we argue. And typically it's in times of great stress that they're arguing. But one time, yeah, basically, yeah, somewhere in that range. So that's right, looking in my eyes. But one time we got in this really terrible argument, and we were out of town. He was in one place, I was in the other. And I have to tell you, I had a little bit of jealousy going on, and it was not pretty at all. And so I won't go into all the details, but we started an argument over texting. We were texting one another, and we were arguing with one another. And then I was like, let's get on the phone. And so we got on the phone, and we could still argue. And I was like, what is going on? Dad. So what is going on? Why in the world can we get into such a fierce argument? And it dawned on me, it absolutely dawned on me that it was because we were not making eye contact, because I could not say the things that I was saying to him, and he could not say the things that he was saying to me if we were looking at each other. If he looked me in the eyes, he could not say those things to me. So then the argument progressed to FaceTime, and we got on FaceTime, and as soon as I saw him, even in a digital format, as soon as I saw him and he looked into my eyes and I looked into his eyes, all that anger and fear and everything just melted away, because I could see his intention in his eyes, and his intentions were not mean, and my intentions were not mean. And so we do not have a lot of rules, but one of the rules is that we'll never argue in email, never argue in text, and we will never argue on the phone. We have to either be where we can see one another, or we have to be in person. We've actually, yes, he has an iPhone too. So we have actually held off on having an argument. We got to wait to argue until we could see each other, so that we could not be, yes, look into each other's eyes. So I know it makes a huge difference. I promise you, it's hard to be mean and nasty with anybody when you're standing in front of them. So I know people that can still do it, but very few. Most of us, when we confront humanity, which is what you do when you stand in front of somebody, and even more so if he touches me and I'm mad at him and he touches me, I'm like, dang, okay, I cannot be mad at you. So, but when you confront humanity, it makes it much harder to be nasty. So that's right. That's right. I actually do yell in my car a little bit. I do yell in my car. I'm not perfect. I do yell in my car every once in a while. That is typically where you'll get a yell from me, is when I'm in the car. I'm not very patient in the car, so I'm working on it. We are both, actually, Robin and I both are working on it, so.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. A touch or a hug really can calm me right down. So if you're going to yell at somebody, do it in your car. It's usually because people are on their phones and driving. That's when I start yelling. I'm like, really? Is your text so important that you're risking your life and my life? I mean, is it really that important? Are you making like a multi-bagillion dollar deal, which is still not more important than my life or their life? So yes. Yes, touch is good. Yeah. Yeah, no, not a hitting. I never said anything about that. Never said anything about that. So yeah, I know, it's crazy. I try to be cool, but sometimes I lose my cool, let's be honest. So I just don't want any of you ever to be in the car with me and go, oh, well, you said you don't yell in the car. So now you know. Now you know. That's so funny. So there you go. There's your inspirational moment for the day. Let your light shine bright. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. That's so. What are you doing? That is hilarious. So yes, let your light shine, let it shine bright, even into dark spaces. Remember my mantra, which doesn't have to be yours, but it's mine. Let me always be light into dark spaces and never darkness into light spaces. That is my own personal mantra. You're welcome to adopt it if you like, if it helps you. You're absolutely welcome to it. I do not own it, but it is how I was taught. It was how I was raised, to always be light into dark spaces and never darkness into light spaces. So bring in the light all the time, as much as possible. And yes, so I'm going to go pack. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to go finish a blog post, do my checkbook, go get some cash. I have to go to Walgreens. Then I'm going to pack, and then I'm going to have to sleep. So because I got to get dinners ready for my husband, for Robin while I'm gone. I love you too. So yes, I have a lot to do today. I know. Thank you so much. I'm so excited. You guys, please, please, please check out the rest of this weekend. It's going to be insane. It's going to be insane. I hope it is. I've really been building it up. I hope it's insane. I hope it's like, you guys are like, wow, that's nuts. And you may be like, really? That's all that happens there? So we're just going to claim that it's going to be insane. Insanely fun. So all right, you guys have a good afternoon. I will see you tomorrow. I will not be broadcasting at my regular times the rest of this week. So normally it is at, thank you. Normally it is at noon Mountain Time. That's right. Noon Mountain Time is normally when I broadcast, but tomorrow and Friday, it may be off a little bit. So, and there will be no subjects for those days. It'll just be, hopefully it'll just be really cool interviews with people that you know and love, or me introducing you to amazing people that I've met that you need to follow or something like that. So that's right. No, Liam's not going because he's a stinky pants. Sorry, Liam. I know, it's going to be so much fun. Super, super excited. Super excited. Fun starts tomorrow morning. Our flight takes off at 8:30 and we're already like, does that flight have Wi-Fi? Can we buy Wi-Fi for that flight so we can scope in flight and annoy everybody around us? Oh, we're going to annoy everybody around us anyway. I was thinking about having the attendants, the flight attendants, to make an announcement on our flight because there's a lot of people in Denver that are periscopers. I'm wondering how many are going to be on our Southwest flight in the morning. And I would love for them to make a, I know it's nobody looking at each other. We're all going to be looking at our phones. But I'm absolutely wondering if I could get the flight attendant to make an announcement to say, you know, who's going to Periscope Summit on this flight, you know, and see who else is on the plane, or even if I recognize someone. So that would be awesome if I did. So anyway, we'll see. I'm not really good at recognizing people in person, but we'll see. Okay, you guys, love ya. And I will see you tomorrow, probably bright and early tomorrow morning. So, all right. I know, right? That'd be kind of fun. Maybe I can twist their arms. We'll see. I've done crazier things on planes with the flight attendants. I've asked them to do crazier things than that before. So we'll see. Okay, you guys, love ya. I will see you tomorrow.